What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Monsters Are Coming, which is like the newest release title from Raw Fury, actually, who have kind of a storied career behind them over the last 10 or 15 years. In this game, you are responsible for a rolling battle fortress on tank treads. You've got a little guy, and it seems like you go out and you scavenge materials, bring them back to your fortress so that you can fight off never-ending waves of monsters. Seemed kind of interesting, and they put a demo out recently, so I figured we'd dive in for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games that you don't really care about, that's fine too. Take a look down below if you want a link to the game. I will be doing my best to give you my first impressions of the title as we go on through it. You can find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down below, but let's go ahead and dive on in. So we only have one castle available right now, and we only have one biome available and one difficulty available, which actually makes the decision-making process really, really easy. Alright, so let's see what we got moving here. Yep, that's a lot of red eyes out there in the darkness. That's a little unfortunate. I'm gonna guess this world's kind of going through it right now. Like, it's got like a little bit of a stomach ache. Monsters are coming. Yep, that was the name of the game, so I figured that would probably factor on in. Go and fight them? Dude, there's so many. Do I have to? What's the point in having a giant rolling battle fortress if I, have to go out and do this all myself? Can't we, like, put something in the windows? Maybe fire a few projectile? I see somebody over there. Somebody in here is glickied up, so, like, the more wood the city has, the faster it shoots. Okay, kind of a loaded sentence right there, but I'm gonna go ahead and accept it. And so we can get one of three things. We can either get a sheep farm, we can get a forest, or we can get a farm. So it's either gold or wood or water, I suppose. I don't know why the sheep give us water. I'm not going to question it too much. We out here milking sheep or something. We'll just go with a forest for right now, and then I'll attach this wherever I can. I figure we probably just put the forest right there. That sounds okay to me. Let's go ahead and do it. Forest, you've been added to my battle fortress. Does this guy like auto attack? Okay, I was trying to make sure that I don't need to be clicking or anything else like that as we go further. Oh, we got another building. All right, give me another forest. I mean, it says that our gunfire's faster for every wood that we have. So, like, I'm gonna start getting some adjacencies on these little forests right here and sort of seeing what happens next. The road is blocked. Oh, dude, you've actually got to, like, clear way for the battle. No, get off my fortress, dude. Leave it alone. Nobody wants to deal with that. I'm going to absolutely annihilate you guys if you don't stop chewing on my fortress. Can I get some more guns or something on my fortress? I definitely think I need more guns. We've got another level up right here. We can get a fire dragon. Okay, yeah, dude. I'm gonna get a fire dragon. That seems very, very... I'm gonna put him right there on the caboose, dude. We're gonna have a big old ass dragon back there that's gonna help us out with our enemies. Stone can be used to repair the city. That's also a helpful piece of information. I'm going to continue fighting over here, grab as much stone as I can. Looks like the road is blocked anyways. So, like, let's get all these little things out of the way. I'm sort of digging what they've got going on right here. We've only been playing for like 4 minutes, but this is kind of an interesting take on a survivor's game. Let me just grab a few more crystals over on this side. Do I get the wood from the trees that the dragon is burning down? Forgive me, but I don't see him actually firing at enemies. Hold on, we gotta watch the dragon over here. Is the dragon doing what I want him to do? I mean, it looks like he's kind of aiming around and doing his thing, so we're at 15%. Ow, I got smacked. I do want my XP, though. Give me that. Gold can be spent later. Yeah, I haven't really been stockpiling gold very much, have I? We can get a laborer's district and then put that right there next to our dragon to give him like an extra fit. Oh, there's like a little crosswalk right there. There's like a little sky bridge. I didn't expect that to be the case. I see gold. I want this gold down. What does that do? He just put out like a little shockwave, man. That makes me feel nervous. I'm gonna mine this gold real quick. Let me get a little bit of that kroner up in here, dude. Some of them shekels. We'll throw that in right there. All right, we'll grab like some of that stuff. Oh, there's more gold over here. I'm greedy as hell. Give it to me. I want it all. Yeah, dude, if I don't leave this post-apocalyptic adventure with gold teeth, then I will be deeply unhappy. We've got 18 gold to play around with. What does this building do right here? Do I get something out of it? Dragon, I need you to hold, bro. Oh, we got a bunch of XP out of that. Okay. And you don't get credit for any of the XP until you actually drop it off inside the castle. Shoots an explosive fragmentation. Okay, yeah. Put that over here with the 50% damage bonus. That sounds good. I actually kind of dig it, dude. I like how we're placing tiles in order to get our battle tank to be even gnarlier. However, the enemy does seem to be accumulating at a rate that I don't think is going to be long-term viable. We need a lot more casualties out here. Okay, some bombs went out. Good stuff. How do I heal myself? I have other questions right now. Are there like floor chickens or something around here I can get my hands on? What does that do? We can get a blunderbuss, shoots bullets in a salvo that knocks back enemies, shoots a bomb that creates an explosion and sets a fire zone on the ground. 3 rotating ice rays. Yeah, that sounds sick as hell. I want 3 rotating ice rays. Oh, apparently I ate little cabbages or something off the... Oh, we've locked them behind a gate. Have you considered making the entire world out of gates, possibly? I don't know. It seems like it might be helpful. A side horde is coming in 50 seconds. Is this just like a scavenging portion right here? Oh, I get the ice rays. I thought they were going to come off my castle. Well, that's incredibly helpful. Nice, dude. Okay, yeah, hit him with the super soaker, brother. There are a lot of bad guys over here. Come on. Wipe them out. I'm going to see if I can mine some stone while I'm over here, too. I don't think I've been doing a fantastic job with the stone mining since we started. Like, I think I've been kind of ignoring it. Is that thing like a spawner right there? It's got a very, very spawner-like look to it. I don't know. Let's run back over this way, and then we'll drop off all the goodies that we've got. And then there's 2 little guys with bullhorns down there that have like a resource symbol next to them, but I'm not sure what they do. All explosion sizes are increased by 20%. Fires short range. A gunner brigade? Yeah, I like the sounds of that. Give me a gunner brigade. We'll put a gunner brigade up front because I don't really have anything on the front of the craft that like protects it right now. And these guys are trapped over on that side. Can I go anywhere else? Guys are trapped right there. It's a little bit ominous how they're just like sitting around waiting for me right now. I think the little bullhorn guys were just telling you what resources you can get on either side. Sort of feels that way to me anyways. So with our gold, if we go to the center of our castle, we can buy a number of things. We can get a freezy dragon, we can get a freezy explosion, we can get more wood. Let's go for a wood right here because like I think it's going to let me buy as much as I want to buy, so we might as well spend everything that I've got on hand. Let's get a... We'll get the 50% damage booster, and we'll put it right there so that it still maintains like 3 of its adjacencies that I can synergize with. And I think that should be about fine. Let's get this big battle castle rolling, man. I like the battle castle. How come we never put castles on tank treads? It sort of feels like one of those projects, like in the history of the military, that somebody has to have floated that idea, right? Like, hey, what if we just make a giant castle and put it on tank treads, and then we just let it, like, glide around and do its thing? Gunner Brigade's doing their best over here. There we go. Drop that on. Oh, they need help in the back. All right, let me see if I can... Oh, they need help on that side, too. We got all kinds of outstanding issues right now. A little bit of gold, though. Maybe a little bit more XP will help, too. All right, let me get a little bit more wood. I want these attack speeds to go up to, like, biblical levels. What did I get? 20% damage for my Ice Drake. I can add an extra ray to my Ice Drake. Yeah, add an extra ray. That sounds good. I want 4 rays on my Ice Drake. There we go. Give me like that full circle. Every reroll heals the city and increases your fire damage. Produce a gold every 10 seconds. Let's get back on wood over here. And we'll just drop this guy right here. I'm just cultivating my own forest right now. I got to get my attack speed up, otherwise I feel like there's going to be long-standing consequences. Like on a certain level, it's like a Vampire Survivors game. On a different level, it's basically a tower defense game. Kind of interesting what they're playing around with here. Like they've hybridized some stuff inside this title that I didn't expect them to be able to mash together. I'm just going to let the castle get 8 because I've got stone to fix it anyways, and so let me just grab some gold over here. I love the way that all the resources that you've picked up just kind of like follow you around in a big snake train. It's got that same satisfying feeling as playing Snake. All right, let's clear the way right here. We got like an upgrade or something over here. What you got for me in the upgrade? Oh, a booby trap is what they got for me. Give me 1 more ray, dude. I'm trying to maximize the amount of rays that I can cast right now. We are modern gamers. Ow, that was incredibly stingy and painful. All right, so they got like little suicide bomber bugs in there. Give me all of that. Good, and then we'll drop that off back at base. That gave us like most of a level. How far away from the castle can I... Okay, we start taking like serious damage once we get over to like the inky black wall. Fair. Fair. What does this thing do over here? Is it just like leftover stone? Is it like a buzzsaw tower? It looks like it is. It looks like it's churning through the guys that are coming from the edges. All right, let me chop down some more trees to keep the castle moving. When you lose velocity, it seems like that's when you start to take a lot of damage. Like, it really behooves you to stay moving in this title. 20% chance to drop gold off of enemies they murder. Yeah, give me one of them, like, right there. And we'll start thinking about what we want to do with other sides of the craft next. But I think we're starting to get a little bit safer. Obstacle ahead, worker, do your job. I'll work on that in a second. Lumber axe does more damage. We get more attack speed. I just want more rays. I'm trying to soak up all the rays right now. Yeah, that right side's starting to look a little bit weak. I may have to abandon my forestry plans on that side. Okay, we got them covered. I did not have them covered on that side, but oh well. Away she goes. What happens if I break down this fire tower? Anything useful? I need stones so that I can fix this place. Throw the wood in there. We're at 110% attack speed right now. I'm going to see how much XP I can steal from over here, but it's not looking good so far. We may need to figure out a couple of ways to get our damage up through all of our turrets and whatnot. We may need to get some of those, like, stacking 50% bonuses that we can put on things. All right, what do we got in here? Hit me with it. We can do a long range, so we can get a dart rifle. It's a long-range piercing projectile that prioritizes high HP enemies, shoots bullets in a salvo that knock back in. I do like gun. The mystical power of the gun is something that I feel very passionately about. All right, so I'm fully healed up. There's a treasure that way, and there's a chest like that way. What does this thing do? Oh, cool. Just like a big old XP fountain. Nice. Well, give me another level up, and I'll probably go... Let's get another batch of gunners just for, like, the right side, just to sort of contain in all of our shooters. I wanted to get more personal upgrades, and that chest right there, thus far, has been almost entirely personal upgrades. And so hopefully I didn't cut this too close. It's going to depend how long it takes me to kill these guys off. Oh, they're coming in from the back, too, huh? All right. We might take a little bit of damage here. But the plus side is we are stacking up very, very large amounts of XP. Are those guys going to blow up or something when I come through here? Do I have to mine that? Like, how do I get into it? Come on, let me in. Let me get the goodies. Just mine whatever you can down here, too, for when we go back. Okay, we made it. Give me the chest. All right, with the chest, we can get +2 projectiles for our blunderbuss, or we can get 20% more damage for our axe. I'll probably get the extra projectiles, I suppose. Get extra bang-bang shooty, and then I think we need to get the hell out of here is what I think the plan is. With this level up, we've got more damage to adjacent buildings, or we could get another forest to get our attack speed up a little faster. I'm going to go with that right there. I think that sounds all right. Let's shop and go real quick. And in shopping and going, I've got 49 gold to fool around with. Give me a laborer's district. We'll plop that right there. Give me another fire dragon. We'll plop him right there. Let's get explosion sizes up by 20% because we do have a couple. We do have a mortar launcher. We'll probably want to focus more on mortar launchers going ahead into the future. And then we've got a finalized forest right here. Let's just put that right there. And then once I get another forest off to that left-hand side, like right here, I think I'm going to put in gun turrets on the right side to get this thing moving. All right, let's exit the shop and let's move. All of you guys need to back up out of my business. When I put that tower right there, does it block off the line of sight for those shooters, or can they shoot in, like, every direction? This probably be an optimal time that I should have taken a look and maybe figured out exactly how that works. Break that tower down. We gotta heal our castle very, very short. Oh, it turned into, like, a nice, dude. Okay, so buzzsaw the entire forest, and then we'll drag and drop that back over to there. Give me a little bit more wood. I don't think you're guaranteed to get the resource out of the stuff that you're mining. Can I mine that right there? Oh, there's healing on that side too. A little bit of an exploratory element to the game as well. Adjacent buildings, 100% damage to frozen enemies. Okay, what does the water do? Like, what is that? Is that like XP? I bet that's what it is. I bet it's XP. Put one of those in right there so that we're getting free XP every now and again. Dude, you little bastards need to leave my castle alone. This thing is a fine piece of masonry that should not be diddled by foes from abroad. Let's get 20% more damage on our blunderbuss shots. Run them off. I'm gonna run down and get this chest real quick. 20% more damage on my blunderbuss sounds good. Come on, how much wood can I stack up? There we go. We're at 180% attack speed. I need to get some stone to actually fix the castle. The castle looking a little unhealthy right now. Could probably use a little bit of patchwork, a little bit of bricky work, you know what I mean? Just kind of like throw some mortar on it. Maybe get in there with a little bit. There we go. That'll help out. Heal that up. I do like that the game directly gives you a method of healing your castle, though. Like, the game's doing a pretty good job at tearing the player in different directions and priorities, trying to figure out what you should focus on, and I sort of dig that about it. Let me focus on healing for a minute. I got a whole bunch of stone to bring back in. Okay, that should heal us up proper. There we go. That actually, I think you only get like 5 HP per stone, so we're gonna need quite a bit more. We also have no gold for the next shop, and we're almost there, so I may abandon for a little bit. 20%, yeah, ice drake damage sounds good. Give me a little bit more ice drake damage. I think I've added a bunch of beams to it, but I haven't really added any damage yet. There we go. All right, so I gotta get this thing cleared. Get all this roughage out of the way, but I'm a little bit worried. Like, I'm a tiny bit claustrophobic. I'm a little bit concerned right now that the whole battle station is just gonna crush me. I haven't been totally convinced that I'm not expendable yet in this overall adventure. Let's go another fire drake, mayhap. Yeah, let's put in a fire drake right there so that he gets the 50% damage bonus. Lot of enemies over here. 20% damage didn't really help a weapon that much that does sub 10 damage. I mean, I suppose it might have, but like... Oh, they coming in down here. Hold on. Get out of here. Get gone. My dog thought I was talking to him. You're not in trouble, buddy. It's fine. I was talking to the ravenous post-apocalyptic space bugs, not to you. Just gotta get it through the landing, maybe grab a little bit more wood while I'm in the neighborhood. Cool. Let's start mining away at this stuff because they give us a limited amount of time to resolve whatever challenges on either side. So we've got money on one side and we've got a treasure chest on the other. Let's go with another fragmentation mortar. And we will put it right there so that it's getting the 50% damage bonus. This side has gold. Let's see what the chest does, because gold's kind of self-explanatory. Oh yeah, I need my personal upgrade too. Upgrade me, baby. Strap some new parts on me. Shoots a long-range piercing projectile. Let's do it. One more projectile for the pile. And then over here, might be an okay opportunity to get some stone. Maybe. I don't even know if stone's gonna drop out of these. There's one right there. That'll work. Just kind of like reclaim all this extra masonry. There we go. All right, line them up and gun them down. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, this could be bad. This feels potentially devastating, actually. I wasn't nervous, but now I'm actually nervous. With that guy, I love that explosive effect right there. Whoever modeled that did a really fantastic job with the animating. That explosion is very, very satisfying. I'm just going to take the damage real quick to get to a safer spot. The chest is officially open, but I must get close enough to harvest it. All right, so let's get 20% more damage on the ice drakes. There we go. Now we're up over 10 damage. That feels all right to me. We've got a side horde coming in, though, so I should probably get back and do my shopping. So you guys just kind of like hang out and do your thing. I'm going to eat whatever this watermelon is over here. I'm going to throw that in there. We're going to get a level up. And then let's take another fire church, I suppose. Just to make the explosion radius on our mortars a little bit more aggressive. And then over here, I have 25 gold. That's not very much to work with. Give me another mortar and give me another gunner, I think. So the gunner, will attach him right there, so he's getting the 50% damage bonus. We will put the mortar on the front, so he's getting the damage bonus, and I think that should be all right. Dude, this battle castle It's getting kind of well prepared for all the mayhem that lies in front of us. Come on, get out of here. Back up off me. Okay, give me all the XP. And then we've got an upgrade over here, which I will gladly take. Give me a little bit more damage on the old blunderbuss. It seems like it slaps reasonably decently hard. And so I'd like to upgrade it a little bit. Our castle's looking pretty healed right now. We've got ourselves another level up. Give me another explosion modifier. Yeah. I mean, we have a considerable number of mortars at this point, and so making their boom booms be even big boom boomier. What the hell is that thing? Resistant to being smacked is what it is. Ow. Okay. All right. Maybe stay away from the giant red circles. You raid in an MMO. You should know better than to stand in the red stuff. Maybe I'll just keep, like, I don't know, my little Drake beams on him or something. Yeah, every time I stop to smack him, I get myself into trouble. I think I'm fine with letting the castle do his thing. Oh, he still shoots at me regardless of where I'm at. Okay, so I am the focal point here. Heal the castle. We got an upgrade on this. Oh my god, dude. Give me that. Definitely could use a little bit more health. Need another upgrade. Let's make... The Ice Drakes just seem to have the most uptime. And so, like, I feel like if I can get them appropriately upgraded, we'll be in good shape. Like, we've just got to keep some form of DPS on this thing. Come on. Running through the midst of enemies right now, and I don't know how that's going to work. Oh, he fired in front of me. My man led me. Okay, he's a sniping god. I keep trying to go into, like, smack him up with my axe, but it hasn't been working out so great so far. Oh, no, did I die? Oh, that was kind of quick and sudden. All right, they're going to want to add some kind of finalized death animation right there where the camera, like, zooms in and your little guy's like, yeah, and then just, like, falls over and dies. That kind of stuff might make the death feel a little bit more satisfying, but we get one final look at our death craft, and then we get to take a look at our unlocks, which is actually pretty good. So it looks like for everything that you produced, you get a number of resources, and we're probably going to use those to be able to, like, I don't know. We're going to use it to upgrade our characters, both the castle and our little running guy. I do like the movement speed. Let's go a little bit more collection speed, I guess, maybe? Oh, I don't have enough stone for that. Okay, what costs majority wood out here? That right there will increase my tower damage. That sounds all right. Attack speed also feels nice, although I am going to point out that your metagame upgrades are increments of 1%, which the player can't feel when they upgrade it. I don't know. It seems like too small of an incremental upgrade. I would much rather have it so that the upgrades are like 10% each time you drop them on in, and then the game is just harder in order to reciprocate for that. But that's just me personally. What's the arch? Huh. It looks like in between rounds, we're going to be able to build up our city almost like Loop Hero style. And I'm guessing that whatever we unlock inside of here is also going to have metagame options, but inside this current demo, it's not available. You can't do it right now, and so, unfortunately, we don't know what that's going to look like, but I'm glad to see another layer of progression inside of there. That's nice. Let's runner. Oh, wait, there's more castles? Reach the arch. I almost reached the arch. I think I was super close, but, like, that's just the way she goes. Let's dive in for another run, because I actually did really enjoy that. And after 30 minutes of playing the game, this is one of those videos where this is flatly my first impressions. It seemed like a simple enough game, so I figured I would dive in completely and totally blind and just kind of try to figure out what exactly this is. But we can do some closing thoughts while I sit here and do another run. So all in all, I like this game. I think this is a very solid twist on something that we've seen a bunch of times before, but this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that Vampire Survivor style games need to innovate and fold in other ideas from other genres. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is very good. While the prospect of making what is effectively a game that's entirely an escort mission probably scared the shit out of this game's investors, given the widespread loathing of escort missions, I think the devs here have done a really good job making a compelling game. Monsters Are Coming is constantly jostling for your priorities, whether it be gold or wood or leveling up your character versus your castle, running to go grab heals, and it quickly supplements that already tense sort of anxiety-inducing decision-making process by forcing you to pick positions on the battlefield from time to time that conflict with what you may want to do in order to ensure that the castle makes it where it's trying to go, or that it doesn't take too much damage from one direction. From there, I've liked the inkling of synergies they've showed off in this demo, so much so, in fact, that I ended up playing the game for another hour after this recording. Some runs you want as much gold as possible because you're getting rewarded for every single coin that you pick up. Some runs you want as much wood as possible, and while you do want to get as much wood as you possibly can, Giggity, every single run, some runs are much more reliant on gathering wood than others. Sometimes you're trying to get as much XP as possible just to make your city larger as it rolls forward, so that you can make more educated decisions about what your next priority might be. The castle will frequently determine your overall scavenging strategy as you get further on into the game, and I like that. It presses up on you. It's animated very well. All of the enemies are pretty cool. I loved the explosions. It's a very active game. Metagame progression to me seems a little bit under-incremental when it comes to the castle upgrades. Like me personally, I don't see the point in a 1% increase to anything in a video game, unless it's like a world-shaping proc. But I will temper that by saying that we haven't seen the city building portion of the game yet in the Arch, so it's super possible that that'll give multipliers or add on to the upgrades to make them a bit more interesting. I think all in all, I'd say that this is a really solid go-to-market demo that manages to shake up a tired formula and keep the player constantly thinking about their next move, and I think the devs actually should get a super kudos here because they managed to make an escort mission fun, which is a very, very rare thing inside the realm of video gaming. And so anyways, I really, really enjoyed my time with this demo. This is another one of those things that I came in expecting to be disappointed, and I walked away being like, okay, well done. There's some very, very solid, interesting, elegant little additions here that make this stand out in a field of games that are still chasing down the viral nature of a game from 5 years ago. This is really, really solid. So my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were fooling around with a game called Monsters Are Coming. Tomorrow we'll be playing around with a completely different title. I appreciate you stopping on in. Thank you for the luxury of your time, and I will catch you all then. Bye, folks.